Today's lesson is on the oxygen cycle. What is oxygen? I'm going to read this together. What is oxygen? Oxygen is an essential requirement for life on Earth. All living things need oxygen in some form to live. Plants take in oxygen at night and give off carbon dioxide. In the daytime, green plants produce food during photosynthesis. During this process, plants take a carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. The oxygen is then taken in by animals that give off carbon dioxide. There is a constant cycle of producing and using oxygen. Carbon dioxide is a molecule composed of 2 atoms of oxygen and 1 atom of carbon. Carbon dioxide is used by plants and converted into oxygen. This occurs during the process by which they make food called photosynthesis. The bubbles in a soda are carbon dioxide. This gas can absorb and trap heat near the surface of Earth. It contributes to global warming of the planet. Oxygen is an element that is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. The scientist Joseph Priestley discovered it in 1774. About 1/5 of the entire atmosphere on Earth is made up of oxygen. Most of the remaining 4/5 is composed of nitrogen. Oxygen usually exists in the atmosphere as a molecule composed of 2 atoms of oxygen. When 3 atoms of oxygen combine, they create a special molecule called ozone. Ozone creates a layer in the upper atmosphere, and it protects the Earth from harmful ultraviolet rays. Okay, so you have a couple questions to answer from what we just read. How many atoms of oxygen are usually in a molecule in the atmosphere? What is the process called by which plants create food and give off oxygen? How much of Earth's atmosphere is composed of oxygen? And who discovered oxygen? Okay, and then you have this warm-up. It says, study the paragraph in the illustration. And number 1, it says, plants take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide at night through the leaves. Number 2, in the daytime during photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. And number 3, animals and people breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Living things take in carbon and oxygen from the air. Green plants take in oxygen and give off carbon dioxide at night. In the daytime, during the process of producing food called photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen into the air. Animals breathe in oxygen from the air and breathe out carbon dioxide. Animals use oxygen to help acquire energy from the food they eat. They also use oxygen as well as carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and other elements to create new molecules in their bodies. Animals and plants at night therefore return some oxygen to the air when they breathe out carbon dioxide, which has both carbon and oxygen in it. Plants, of course, create and release oxygen when they make their own food during the day. And then you have a couple questions to answer. After studying the oxygen cycle, what impresses you about the way nature works in this cycle? Number 2, what part of the plant takes in the oxygen and releases the carbon dioxide? And number 3, where could you go during the daytime to get fresh oxygenated air? What would you be near? If you like my channel, please subscribe.